Good morning. So we'll explore these two questions today. Who is the master, you or your mobile? Why we are talking about digital wellness in today's times is this beautifully summarizes Manayeva Manusyanam Karanam Bandhamokshayoho. Mind alone is responsible both for bandhan and moksha, that means sorrow and happiness. When will my mind experience sorrow? Bandhaya Vishayasaktam. Asakti means attachment, interest. Vishay means objects. Bandhaya means I experience sorrow when I am attached to things. The 6-inch piece of glass and metal, which is what has become a part of our body itself. You know how much sorrow it gives, both when it is there, hai to bhi mushkil, nahi hai to bhi mushkil, right? And when will you experience that freedom? Nirvishayam smritam. Smritam means awareness, into smriti. Nirvishayam, when you consciously move away from those devices, that is when you will experience freedom. So that's the simple, very simple definition or the essence of digital wellness. And that comes from the Upanishad a few thousand years ago. So mind alone is reason for bondage and liberation, that is sorrow and happiness. When mind is influenced by senses or things, it creates bondage. When mind is free, it leads to freedom. This is what we will be exploring in the next couple of hours. So we'll talk about 3 M's. Can you guess what those 3 M's are? You are at Brahma Kumaris, so M doesn't stand for money. So you can talk about the other 3 M's. Mind, very good. And mental peace, okay, very good. Meditation, very good, very intelligent, I like that. Moksha, okay. We won't go there yet. First we'll become free, then we will go to moksha. Good. So we're going to talk about mind, mobile and meditation. The relationship between these 3. Why are Brahma Kumaris talking about digital wellness? There's a reason. Mobile destabilizes your mind and meditation stabilizes your mind. That is why Brahma Kumaris are talking about digital wellness. And today we will learn about these two. How does your mobile destabilize your mind? Mobile मन को विचलित क्यों करता है? We will learn about that. And we will also learn how by practicing meditation you can learn to stabilize your mind. As you saw in the previous shloka, when mind is anxious, upset, disturbed, that is what is sorrow. Yes or no? Or that is what sorrow does to us. But when I am more relaxed, when I am more focused, when I am stable, that is happiness, because that's where it begins. How to achieve that, we will discuss. So what is the greatest challenge of current times, according to you folks? Lack of time. Okay. Attention span. Yes. Stay away from mobiles. Zero social life. What is the other greatest challenge? Managing stress. Okay. You don't want to overcome stress. You want to only continue to manage. Okay, got it. The greatest challenge which made all of you come here for digital wellness is, how do I keep my mind positively engaged? If I know how to keep my mind engaged, then I won't go towards devices to fill my time. It's interesting the language that we use. We don't talk about engaging our mind. We talk about killing the time. Wow. Yes or no? But if you can learn how to positively engage your mind, a lot of that stuff we will learn today, then you don't have to kill, you can live. So 2 simple questions. If you continuously have high calorie diet and you are not using the energy, what happens to your body? Yes, you will get all sorts of diseases and you will also start becoming lazy. That's what the physical calories do. Now my question to you, have you ever thought about how many digital calories you consume on a daily basis. And what are these digital calories doing to your brain, to your body, to your work, relationship, family? Nobody seems to be knowing it. There's a lot of ignorance. We'll give you the whole slide deck. PPT, not even PDF. You just leave your email and then we will email it to you. So you don't have to click any photos. If you need, can you give them a notepad and a pen so that you can make a note? And we can I say that almost all of us are digitally overweight and some of us are digitally obese? Yeah, you will learn that. I'm going to come to that, yes. How do we measure our own digital obesity and digital overweight? By the end of this session, it will be very clear for you. Can you adjust the screen? The physical calories, they add weight to you. But digital calories, they distract your mind and they destroy your brain. Please make a note of that. They distract your mind and destroy your brain. That is why we are talking about it. And how do they distract and how do they destroy is what we will discuss in a lot more detail. And this is where there's a lot of ignorance, unfortunately. And the kind of digital calories that we are literally swimming in, it's an ocean of, not even a sea, it's an ocean of digital calories. Take this example. 36,000 hours of content on Netflix. And those of you who have this OTT subscription, you must have realized that you spend more time browsing and deciding what to watch than actually watching. So even if you watch 4 hours every single day without taking a break, you will need 25 years. Now Amazon, 24,000 movies, 2,700 TV shows, each TV show having at least 10 or 11 seasons, each season having 13 or 14 episodes, each episode 45 minutes. Do the math. And there are 50 plus streaming services in India, small and big. And I haven't even included all your favorite apps. Now you add all of them. You see the kind of digital calories we are swimming in. Drowning. I'm still using swimming because you're still here. Because if you were drowning, then you would be somewhere else. So what is their impact? Whatever you're consuming, it will not go without impact. So what is the impact of these digital calories? How are they distracting our mind and how are they destroying our brain? We talked about the most important challenge. So what is the most important skill for current times? Yes? Focus, very good. Time management. And? Learning. And? Common sense. Okay. And? Being consistent. And? Cautiously being alert. And? Being productive. Good. All of these, they stem from attention. And attention is something we are never taught to pay attention to. Unfortunate. Did any one of you in your school, college, office, have you ever learnt anything about attention as a separate course? Innumerable times we heard pay attention. But nobody told us what it is, how to enhance, how do I get distracted? We never learnt about it. And now is the time for us to learn to pay attention to attention. Whatever you want to do in your life, if you don't have this, then you won't be able to do or achieve anything. So it's time for us to learn to pay attention to attention, irrespective of your age. Just feel the surface on which you are seated. You don't have to touch it, just feel it. Experience how warm or cold it is, how soft or hard it is, the chair on which you are seated. Don't even touch it, just feel it. You're able to feel it? Yes? So you're there for the last 10, 15, 20 minutes. And as soon as I asked you to pay attention to the touch, it became your experience. Can you listen to the hissing sound of AC? There. It's been there for the last half an hour, 40 minutes. But as soon as you paid attention, it became your experience. Whatever sensory inputs my brain is taking in, it processes only those inputs to which I pay attention to. Others it won't. That's why we say brain is a fantastic filter and attention is its gate. Whatever is becoming your experience is a product of your attention. And whatever you became today is a product of your attention too. And what you will become tomorrow is also a product of your attention today. Because attention is nothing but what you decided to do and what you decided to ignore. Yes or no? Can I define attention like that? It's a very simple definition. What I decided to do and what I decide to ignore. And that's what made you, right? On a Saturday morning, what you decided to ignore and what you decided to do. And that's why you're here. So every experience that you have done in your life is a product of that choice with respect to your attention. So if you want to become a better version of yourself, learn to pay attention to attention. Because wherever my attention goes, energy flows. And wherever energy flows, life grows. Positive or negative. Both ways. Wherever my attention goes, that is where my life grows. Agreed? Now, who is impacting or what is impacting our attention? When you are focused on doing a particular activity, say you're preparing a report, doing some coding, any activity, doing some planning, you receive a phone call, you attend to the phone call, and then you come back. Will you be able to bring back your focus immediately or will it take some time? For us, sometimes that time is also 24 hours. Aaj ke liye khatam. We can go back to it only next day. There's a reason for it. Because every time I perform an attentional switch, every time my brain performs an attentional switch, a portion of my energy gets wasted in performing that unnecessary switch. So write down those two words, attentional switch. All of you have a notepad and a pen? You don't have? You have? Okay. Attentional switch. And that's why we call that as brain switching penalty. On some days, almost all of us have experienced, we get disturbed so many times that when we look back at the end of the day, we got exhausted, but nothing positive got done. We have been there, done that? Now this is where the energy is getting wasted. In repaying that brain switching penalty. And ask yourself, how many times unnecessarily you switch your attention? चुरपुर किया ही नहीं है, फिर भी चेक कर लेते हैं. कुछ हुआ नहीं है, तब भी चेक कर लेते हैं. कुछ हुआ तब भी चेक कर लेते हैं. You know, it's like what my friend was telling me some time back. He was sharing. Bala, it's like new parents checking the diaper of their kid. कुछ होता नहीं है, फिर भी चेक कर लेते हैं. That's what we got used to. If something is there also we check. If something is not there, we still check, thinking something might have happened. And see the amount of energy that's getting wasted. Now, why is this problematic? Let's discuss something closer home. You want to cook some food. Put the rice in the cooker, add water, close the lid, put it on the gas stove, switch on the flame. Easy? Now, every time you receive a notification, switch off the flame. attend to the notification, come back and switch on the flame. Will it take longer or shorter? Agreed? And for some dishes, the dish also completely gets spoiled because you need continuous flame for some dishes. Suppose you want to do some frying, some pakoda you want to. Then if you keep switching off the flame, neither will the oil get heated nor will you get your pakoda. Attention is that flame. Write down. Attention is that flame. Every time you are making an unnecessary switch, you are switching off that flame. And that's why both our efficiency and effectiveness, both of them are getting impacted. Agreed? From the time you started using your mobiles, your efficiency, your attention span, and your effectiveness, all of them have gone down. That's why some of us become nostalgic about pre-mobile era, when we did not have all these smartphones or dumb phones, depending on how you want to call it. Right? So check yourself whenever you start doing some activity. Is your attention flame on? Is it flickering? Is it continuous, or is it not there? Even before you start any task, because automatically the success of your task is directly proportional to the strength of your flame, even before you start. If your flame is there, continuous, and it is not flickering, then be sure that whatever you are doing, you will get the result. But if there is no flame, if it is flickering, then and there you can decide that you will not achieve what you want to. And nowadays I keep hearing, many of you must be managers, managing people, that we want multitaskers. Is that, I mean, those of you who are from HR must also be writing that very proudly in bold, that we want multitaskers. Now let's do a simple exercise and see if we are capable of doing multitasking at all. Okay? Because in every damn resume nowadays you see, right? We need multitasking. Yes or no? And every manager, worth their name, they ask, I want my team to multitask. So let's see. Let's put that to test. So take a fresh page. Take a fresh page, draw 2 lines such that your page gets divided into 3 parts. Yes, this is a game. There are still some games which cannot be played on mobile. So this is one of those. So you will need a pen and a paper. So draw 2 lines such that your page gets divided into 3 parts. It doesn't necessarily have to be equal, just 3 parts. Easy? Okay, now pay attention. Listen to my instructions carefully. You are going to start only when I ask you to start, because I'm going to time this exercise. That's the only instruction. What's the instruction? Until I ask you to start, you will not start. Clear? Okay. You have the first line. What I want you to do is, you should write this sentence, multitasking is a lie, on top of this line. Wait. Attention please. I didn't say start. I'm just giving instructions. So wait. So on top of this line, you will write multitasking is a lie. And below the line, you will start writing the numbers. But the twist is, you will do like this. You will write a M on top of the line. You will write 1 below the line. You will write top of the line. You will write 2 below the line. So you will continue to do that by writing letter, number, letter, number, letter, number. You don't have to number the spaces. You can skip the space. You can skip the space. Letter on top of the line, number below the line. First letter, then number. First letter, then number. In so doing, you will complete the whole sentence. And what you should write, I've given there. Are the instructions clear? No cheating. First letter, then number. Ready? Wait. Start. And shout out once you're done. Letter on top of the line, number below the line. Letter, number. Letter, number. Quick, quick. And you should complete the whole sentence. You can skip the spaces. Skip the space. You're done? Good. 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 Done? Letter on top of the line, number below the line, and you should complete the whole sentence. Done? Anyone needs more time? So that's almost 60 seconds. Can we move to the next one? Or does anyone need more time? Okay, good. Now, listen to this instruction again. Don't start until I ask you to start. You have the second line? What I want you to do this time is, don't start. Write the whole English sentence first. Pura likh do. And then write the numbers below it. Clear? Wait. Start. Complete English sentence first, fully. And then all the numbers. Very good. Done? Done? Good. Now a simple question. Which one took longer? First one or the second one?
First one.
Just so that you know, both times she raised her hand. The first one she took 29 seconds and the second one she took 14 seconds. That's less than half. Now, which one was more difficult, first one or second one? In which one did at least one of you make at least one mistake? First one or second one? And then you claim you can multitask. You generated exactly the same output in both the cases, but you took more than double the time, you felt stressed, and you made mistakes. And you have the audacity to claim that you need to multitask. Now this is the power of brain switching penalty. How many times did you have to switch your attention here? Don't be in a hurry. Pay attention, count, and then tell me. I said pay attention, don't be in a hurry. How many times did you have to switch your attention here? 35 times. 36 minus 1, because after you come here, you don't need to do anything. So that's 36 in 18 into 2 minus 1. 35 times you had to switch your attention. And here how many times? Only once. That means 34 times you unnecessarily switched your attention. And that is what consumed more than double your time. Effectively, you are capable of doing this task in 14 seconds. But in general, you take 29 seconds because this is what you keep doing. And you go and attend, become poor by about 50,000 rupees or 60,000 rupees, attend some productivity enhancement workshop, make the 29 seconds as 25 seconds and say 30% improvement, paste all over social media. But your capability is 14 seconds. You have never got to experience it because your mind is constantly distracted. And that's why I write down a new word today. And this is what I would encourage you to follow if you want to improve your efficiency and effectiveness. But if you want to continue to do what you want to do, welcome to the party. Nobody can change you. But if you are here, it means you want to change. So write down, it's called monotasking. Monotasking. Mono means one. Make them do this. Yeah, no. Make them do this. It's not hypocrites. I would say they are ignorant. Because what managers want is multi-skilled team members. Because they don't know that word, they start using the task in place of skill. What they are actually wanting is your flexibility to learn multiple skills, not your ability to do multiple tasks at the same time, because human brain cannot do two tasks, cognitively expensive tasks at the same time. You must switch, and every time you switch you pay a brain switching penalty. Clear? Good. Another very important equation which you will learn today. 8 hours I spend in front of my desk, 25% focus. How many hours worth of work got done? All of us are familiar? At least even if we don't do what we see from our team members. This is the reason. And interestingly, companies are extremely good at measuring this till the last second. With all your complicated data analysis algorithms and your, what do you call those? Biometrics. And then immediately automated email comes if you are delayed by 30 minutes, 1 hour, but nobody seems to measure this. So if you are a leader, if you are a professional, start focusing on your focus, because attention is like oxygen to your mind. Less oxygen, less energy, less work. More oxygen, more energy, more work. So start checking your attention, whatever you're doing, whether at home or in your office. And create a distraction-free study space or workplace. Those of you who are leaders and those of you who are helping your organizations improve their productivity, start discussing and implementing this. Distraction-free workplace and distraction-free study space, and see the difference it makes for their returns. Because paying attention is like giving a slice of your life. Yes or no? So be careful to whom and to what you are paying attention to. More than iPhone 17. It's not there yet, I guess, right? It's only 16. 17 has come already? Okay, I'm sorry. I use my 7-year-old Android phones. I won't know that. Anyway, attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity, because every single person, every single thing in the world is out there to grab our attention. The whole world has become an attention slicing machine. And if we don't pay attention to our attention, it keeps getting shredded into pieces. Yes or no? And this is what we need to learn, and this is what we need to teach even our kids. That's why when somebody listens to me and then they pay attention to me, I feel so good. Because that is the rarest and purest form of generosity. We learnt about brain switching penalty. We learn about the next property of the brain called neuroplasticity. Plasticity comes from the Greek word plastikos. It means that which is flexible, that which can be molded. That's why it's called plastic. Neuroplasticity means in response to our actions, in response to our thoughts, brain is physically changing its structure. And that's the property of the brain. And that's what we call it as neuroplasticity. How does it happen? Let me show you. This is a slice of your brain before you learn something. And after you have learned exactly the same slice of the brain, this is what it becomes. Can you see the change? These are neurons, and if you see, there are more neurons, there are more neural connections. This is how we learn anything. Any information, I will say I have learnt it. Any skill, I will say I have learnt it when the corresponding neural circuits are created inside the brain. This is how brain stores knowledge. So the more I repeat something, the stronger the neural circuits. The more I repeat something with attention, the stronger the neural circuits. That's why the equation learning is equal to attention plus repetition. What is learning? Attention plus repetition. And you can add one more variable, interest. So learning is effectively attention plus repetition plus interest. 3 key ingredients if you want to learn something. Because when you do that with attention, when you repeat, only then will brain translate that skill or knowledge into a bunch of neural circuits. And brain is a fascinating organ. You can't fool it. If you don't pay attention, it shuts the door and nothing goes inside. You remember that idea advertisement, no ullu banaving? So you can fool anybody on this earth, but you can't fool your brain because it will never get fooled. You don't pay attention, it will close its doors. As simple as that. So if you want to learn, you must pay attention. And the beauty of this neuroplasticity is, the more you repeat, the stronger the neural circuits. The stronger the neural circuits, the longer you will remember. And stronger the neural circuits, the easier the task becomes. That's why we are asked to repeat. 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. Repeat. Because that repetition strengthens these neural circuits and it makes the task easier. So whatever I repeat, my brain makes it easier. Can I say that? Thanks to neuroplasticity. So can you repeat after me? Whatever I repeat, my brain makes it easier. Repeat. Again. Again. Please remember. So whatever you repeat, brain makes it easier, positive or negative. And that's why if you ask your brain to worry, it will become better at worrying. You worried so many times, now you don't need any reason to worry. Ganga Jamuna apne aap hi aa jate hain. Because you got so used to, that's what you trained your brain. Or you train your brain to focus, to concentrate. Then it becomes better at concentrating. And brain is value neutral. Whatever you teach it, it makes it easier. Whatever you repeat. And that's why I call brain as a wonderful Tathastu machine. What is a brain? It's a wonderful Tathastu machine. I cannot sleep without binge watching for a couple of hours every night. What does your brain say? Tathastu. Okay, beta. Without that, I will not allow you to sleep. And because it makes it easier, after a week, 2 hours becomes 2 hours 10 minutes. After a month, 2 hours 10 minutes becomes 2 hours 30 minutes. Because it's making it easier for you. Whatever you repeat, brain makes it easier. And the beauty is, if you want to become a better version of yourself, nature has given this wonderful biological capability in the form of neuroplasticity to help me become a better version of myself. Whether do you want to become and invest time and energy is your choice. But the brain is always there at your command. Some of you, sometimes you forget, but I assure you it's there. All of us have one. And if we have one, then it also has neuroplasticity. And if it has neuroplasticity, it means you can always become a better version of yourself. Because you can create new neural circuits until your last breath. Until 20 years ago, it was thought that old dash cannot be taught new tricks. But now it says that anyone who is old, until the last breath, you can continue to learn. Because every day, brain creates new neurons. And at that point of time, whichever activity you are focused on learning, neural circuits move towards that part of the brain. That is why you must have seen here, the size of the slice has actually increased. Because that is how brain captures information. Good. So what is the impact of neuroplasticity? That is not only the way we learn habits, but that is also the neuroscience behind addictions. You repeat it a lot more, you lose control over it. because your brain is physically changed in structure. And the more you use your mobile, the harder it gets to get away from it, because those neural circuits have become so strong. It's not that you can't recreate new neural pathways, but you need to pay attention and repeat. Then you can create a new habit. And inherently, digital gadgets are addictive. They are designed to be addictive. If something is a tool, it is just waiting there to be used. For example, you're a footballer. For the last 1 month, you haven't used your football because you're preparing for your exams. Does your ball come to you and say, "Kick karo na, ek mahina ho gaya"? Does your ball come and tell you that? Does your car tell you, "For last 1 week you haven't driven me, why don't you drive me"? No, it's a tool. It's just waiting there to be used. From this tool-based technology, we moved to addiction-based technology. Because now, this 6-inch piece of glass and metal is no longer a tool. Because it seduces you. It manipulates you. It keeps asking things from you. Somebody checked your photo. Dekhna hai? One more follower. Your friend posted this beautiful photo. Click. 3 दिन हो गया, we are missing you. Please come. So it manipulates you, it seduces you, it wants that attention from you. So we moved from a tool-based technology to addiction-based technology. This is the most important and profound change that has taken place in the last couple of decades, and people are not even aware of it. Unfortunate. Neither teachers, nor parents, nor professionals, nor children, nobody seems to be aware that we moved from a tool-based technology to an addiction-based technology. And accessibility and affordability increase addiction. So if you want to overcome addiction, you flip this equation. Make it inaccessible, make it unaffordable. Let me give you an example. A friend of mine, every evening he would come home, watch television for a couple of hours, and that became his routine, his habit. He was frustrated, his wife was frustrated, kids frustrated, but he couldn't overcome that habit. Then his wife called me and said, "Bala, I need your help. He seems to be wasting a lot of time, so you need to help him get out of this." So I said something simple. It's very simple, because if accessibility is increasing addiction, then making something inaccessible should decrease addiction. Yes or no? Right? We are just flipping it. So I said, tomorrow morning when he goes out to office, hide the remote. Nowadays we have all smart TVs, right? Without a remote they don't work. So I said, hide the remote. He'll come back home, he will tear his hair, he will yell at you, shout at you, dance, whatever, but don't give him the remote. And even this fellow wanted to come out of it. So for the first 10 or 15 minutes, he went mad, and that continued for the next few weeks. And within a month or month and a half, he was able to overcome. Because now, once he comes home, he created a new neural pathway inside his brain thanks to neuroplasticity, where as soon as he came home, he started engaging in some other activity. So this some other activity became a new neural pathway. It became a new habit because that's what he kept repeating. And that's how now, even if he sees the remote, he won't pick it up because this circuit has become really strong. So if you want to come out of any of your habits, these two are important. Make them inaccessible, make them unaffordable. And this addiction, it's gone to so much. Some of you have come early, you must have seen the clip. The South Korean teenagers, they wear diapers while playing games so that they don't lose points. If they go to bathroom, they lose points. And that's, this is reality. I'm not kidding. Yeah. And neuroplasticity is very powerful when we are young. That means the number of times you need to repeat a task is less. For you to learn something, you can still learn, but you need to repeat few more times because the circuit takes a little longer to form and little longer, few more repetitions for it to become strong enough. That's all. But all of us have neuroplasticity until our last breath. Now, this guy, he's a laborer in Indonesia. He taught, just for the heck of it, smoking to his 18-month-old kid. 18 mahine ka ladka. And then the kid, thanks to neuroplasticity, in less than 2 months started smoking 40 cigarettes a day. And the Indonesian government had to intervene to separate the kid so that he can be removed from that addiction. We'll share the deck. You don't have to click anything, I'll share the whole deck. Now see some more clippings. What this addiction, thanks to neuroplasticity, what is happening to our kids. And that's why when I see some parents, मेरा बच्चा ना 2 साल का है, WhatsApp में मैसेज भेजता है. I don't know whether I have to feel good or sad. What is there to celebrate in that? And this is the ignorance I was talking about in the beginning of the session. What these digital calories are doing, neither parents nor teachers nor kids seem to be aware, because they are literally destroying our brains and minds and our next generation. Now see what is happening to the kids. This is from the newspaper. Okay, you can see here 23rd October 2024, exactly an year. 9 साल का रोहन बीते 2 साल से एक एनिमेशन बेस्ड शो देख रहा है जो लड़ाई दृश्यों के लिए प्रसिद्ध है. बच्चा रोजाना घंटों फोन में यह शो देखता रहता था, जिसके कारण वो सबके बीच बैठे होने के बाद भी किरदार लाइक दैट हीरो आवाज व हरकतें करने लगता है. Power of neuroplasticity. And this girl, 10 years old, Ananya, has been watching cartoon show, and now in the middle of everybody she behaves like a cartoon, because that is what she repeated and that's what she became. From Hyderabad, before PUBG got banned, this fellow used to play PUBG for 6 hours every night, 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., sleep for 3 hours, go to college as if nothing happened, otherwise his parents would kick him. In less than 2 months, he got brain clots, got paralyzed waist down. Doctors tried their best but couldn't save him. From the television report, son kills father, because the neural circuits have become so strong that the kids have lost control. Their ability to make decision is gone out of the window. How many of you have seen kids who don't want to eat without an iPad or a mobile? दे दो ना यार, CEO के साथ मीटिंग है, दे दो ना 1 घंटा, बस छोड़ो, उसके बाद सोचते हैं. कुछ तो खाएगा, दे दो ना यार. Who introduced those mobiles to them? They didn't ask, they didn't know. You, for your own convenience, have introduced. And I'm sorry if it's going to hurt you, because some of these things I'm very passionate. If you don't have time, who gave you authority to bring yet another soul into this world? Who gave you authority to spoil the future of one more person? They didn't ask. You brought them in. And see the sad state of affairs. And now you know, because these are mobile withdrawal symptoms. Just read that. As far as your brain is concerned, it does not differentiate between a hard drug and mobile phone. Now you can understand your own behaviors and the behaviors of the people around you, including the kids. Because mobiles impact exactly the same areas of the brain that are impacted by hard drugs. That is why this behavioral addiction, it is subtle and it is normalized. That's another sad part. If somebody is checking their mobile and sitting in front of their screen for hours together, we don't consider it as anything wrong, do we? Because we normalized it. That's the sad part. Let's do this exercise. Sit back, close your eyes. Keep your pens, papers aside. Just sit back, close your eyes. Yeah, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Breathe slowly and deeply. Just relax. Gently recall your typical day from morning till night. From the time you wake up till the time you sleep, gently recall what all activities you do, focusing on what do you do whenever you want to relax. Just review your whole day. What are those moments that you feel like relaxing, and what do you do in those moments? Don't judge. Don't become defensive. Don't rationalize. Just review. Just reflect. What do you do whenever you want to relax? Good. Gently rub your palms, wipe your eyes, and gently open your eyes. I won't ask you. This is just for your own reflection. What do you do whenever you want to relax? Because we'll come back to this. For most of us, relaxation is this. Waiting for the meeting to begin, waiting for the cab to arrive. Yes or no? Feeling bored, waiting in the checkout line. And then we complain that why does 2 minutes become 20, 20 become 2 hours, and then we feel exhausted at the end of the day, at the end of those 2 hours. That which started as relaxation actually made you feel exhausted. The paradox. Why does that happen? Because of this. Relaxation means think less, think slow. What is relaxation? Think less, think slow. Stimulation means think different, think more. Because you are thinking different after a 1 hour of boring meeting, you want to relax, so you switch on the reels. The first 2 or 3 minutes, because you are thinking different, you think it is relaxing, but it is not. And the 2 minutes become 20, 20 becomes 2 hours, and at the end of it, you feel exhausted. Is there anyone here who watches the reels for a couple of hours and says, यार बाला 2 घंटा reels देखा, अभी 4 घंटा काम करूंगा, इतना energy आ गया? Is there anyone? Okay, I wanted to meet if there is anyone like that. The reason why we get exhausted is because we are stimulating our brain thinking that we are relaxing. We are not. That's why even if you watch 2 hours worth of relaxation videos on YouTube, you will still get exhausted. You will not feel relaxed. And the simple way to differentiate between relaxation and stimulation is wherever there is a screen. What is that? Can you say that loudly? Little more loudly. We'll give you chai in few minutes. I promise. Please remember this. Ask yourself what you are doing to your mind and brain in the name of relaxation. Because a constantly stimulated brain is a weak and stressed brain. That's why people feel so exhausted nowadays. Even if it is a Sunday morning, even if it is a Monday morning, irrespective of when it is, you see people feeling exhausted because of this. Because you're constantly running this machine. Even in sleep, it keeps running. There is no relaxation at all. Because we are having the screen always in front of us. And the brain that doesn't feed itself eats itself. Very powerful. Because we don't know how to engage ourselves positively, we keep throwing the junk. And the easiest, that which is accessible and affordable, is the easiest way to throw the junk. And that is what is literally killing the brain. That's why a new word got introduced last year called brain rot. Rot is a short form of rotten. And this is how physically your brain cells are getting killed, which I showed you in the beginning. what digital calories are doing to your mind and to your brain. This consumption of low quality online content, couple that with neuroplasticity making it easy, couple that with the new variety that comes every few seconds or every few minutes, and you see the cocktail of poison that we are feeding hours together. And then we complain, यार आजकल कुछ मज़ा नहीं आता है, वही वही नेटफ्लिक्स, वही वही अमेजॉन, वही वही क्या है रील्स, but still we go there. That is the power of the habit or the lure of those digital calories. Let's do this. Now that you know what is relaxation, write down 5 relaxation activities which you like. Think and write. And remember, what is relaxation? Where there is no screen. So don't tell me ये देखते हुए मैं कुछ कर सकती हूँ. No screen. So without screen, write down 5 relaxation activities that you like. I'll be scared if your pen stops after 1 or 2. Please meet me in the break if you are not able to come up with 5 relaxation activities. Hint, all the hobbies that you had as a young kid all count as relaxation activities. And if you are really interested, including playing gilli danda, that is also a relaxation activity, but not watching it, playing it. Okay, you got at least 5? Very good. Now, why are we talking so much about this distraction? Now let me demonstrate. After this, I'm going to give you a break, okay, for the next few minutes. Is that okay? Now this is a glass. Easy? If this glass keeps shaking like this, will I be able to use the glass? No liquid will stay inside, right? It won't be of any use. चाहे ये ग्लास कांच की हो या कंचन की हो, whether you are from a local engineering college or from IIT, as long as this glass is shaking, you are of no use, right? So if my hand is unstable, that is what is shaking my glass. I'm not able to use it. The utilization of this glass is proportional to the stabilization of this hand. The more stable the hand is, the more I will be able to use the glass. The less stable my hand is, the less I will be able to use the glass. Yes or no? Simple equation. Now, if this glass is my brain, which is what we all want to use, and this hand is my mind, if I want to use my brain, I must learn to stabilize my mind. Most important principle of digital wellness. And this is what we don't learn, this is what we don't practice. How do you stabilize your mind? How do you relax? Stabilize your mind to utilize your brain. Most important principle. Because if we don't know how to stabilize our mind, we won't be able to utilize our brain. Now you understand why I started off this session saying we must learn to relax. Now write down one more activity which I will suggest. If you are interested, you can follow this. Every day in the morning, at the start of your work day, block your calendar for 10 minutes. Call it as think time or planning time. Simply call it as think time. 10 minutes, perpetually you block it. Whether it is a working day or a holiday, 10 minutes. Keep your mobile aside, take your notebook and pen, sit back, relax and reflect. आज मुझे क्या करना है? What are those 3 or 4 things I want to accomplish today? Write those things. Block the corresponding time for each of those activities. And if your schedule is, or if you're an American and if your schedule is going to change every few hours, After lunch, again revise it. If you have to revise it, and block that time, because when you give specific instructions to your brain and you switch to monotasking, we saw that, pick one task at a time and see how your productivity and your efficiency will improve. Will you try that? 10 minutes and see the difference it makes. Just 10 minutes of reflection, a notebook and a pen, sit back and write down what you want to do. 3 things, 4 things, and then allocate the corresponding time. It could be anything. I'm going to take a break for this 10 minutes. Fine, write it down. Because if your mind is distracted, when it is anxious, your brain sends a not okay signal to the body. What signal? Not okay. That's why when you are frustrated, when you are angry, when you are upset, if I say gulab jamun khaoge, you will slap me. And because you are upset, you know, that is not the time to enjoy gulab jamun. You have to sort this thing first. Because dis-ease here becomes a disease here. That's why more than 90% of the diseases, they start from here. So whatever you are experiencing here, brain translates it to your physical body. When you relax, your brain sends an all okay signal. What signal? All okay. So now you decide whether you are sending a not okay signal or all okay signal. Every few minutes, that desire to check creates stress. And then your brain is sending a not okay signal. That's why at the end of the day, you feel completely exhausted, frustrated, irritated. Now you see the reason. That's why when you consciously relax yourself, even all through the day, 5 or 6 times, just 90 seconds at a time, your brain will send an all okay signal. You will feel energetic even at the end of the day. So it is not the physical work that exhausts us, because we are not able to control mind. So what is the cost of this distraction? Decreased sense of well-being. Have you all experienced that? When you continuously watch, do you feel good or you feel frustrated and irritated and empty inside? Decreased sense of well-being. Impairs executive function. That's why that irritation. Increases irritation and anxiety. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD symptoms. And if you're an adult, they call it as ADD, attention deficit disorder. And that is increasing because you're constantly stimulating your brain. You're constantly getting distracted. And your brain, remember, it's a wonderful tatastu machine. You trained it to get distracted, so it will continue to distract you. Increases chances of getting depressed. Increases stress hormones because you're always in that constant state of stress, mild stress, to keep checking what else has come. And this is also reducing the lifespan of people. Literally. And somebody was asking for moksha in the morning. Now you know one of the shortcuts. If you want to become free, welcome to the party. Nobody is going to stop you. But there are better ways. Trust me. This is happening. 20-somethings in Hyderabad, in this city itself. There are people, there's one hospital, I won't give you the name. Every week there are 5 visits with heart attacks from the kids who are less than 20 years of age. Diabetes in late 20s and early 30s. People not able to walk because of their joint pains, not after 60s, but even in their 40s. This is what is happening. Constant complaints of back pain. Eye problems, not able to sleep. I'm a digital wellness coach, so a lot of people come to me with these complaints. And almost always the reason is that uncontrolled screen time. It's not just distraction, it's destroying you. धीरे से प्यार से अंदर से मार रहा है, इसलिए लोग जानते नहीं हैं. That's why when they reach that stage, that's when they come to me. They're not able to sleep. They have these black circles below the eyes. And one of them, sometime a few months ago, he came to me, he said, he's 24 years old. He said, Bala, I'm not able to sleep. I'm not able to eat. He's become just skin and bones. And parents got worried because they wanted to do his marriage and no girl wants to marry him because he looks like a ghost. He says, Bala, help me. Then I asked him only one question. Do you want to die or do you want to live? There's no beating around the bush. He said, I want to live. Then I said, stay away from the screens. Because he was spending 15, 16 hours. And trust me, nobody got addicted to work. The last I heard. Nobody gets addicted to work. Okay, so don't give me these reasons. Screen के सामने बैठ के बहुत घंटे काम करना पड़ता है. I'll give you the answers. Okay, what we get addicted to, what we don't get addicted to, we all understand by now. And in a couple of months, that fellow recovered. The first thing that got set is his sleep. And we will explore that a little more after the break, because your smartphone has become your distraction machine.
Brother, with your experience, how much screen time approximately?
We will come to that. Very good question. We will come to that towards the end. Now, I have a challenge for you. If you think that we saw for that kid, mobile withdrawal symptoms, you don't suffer from that. Leave your mobile on the chair. I'll be here. Go for your chai. Possible? Possible? हो सकता है? You'll be here. We are here. Don't worry. It's safe space. So leave the mobile here. Get up and go for your chai. Do it. I asked you two questions. Who is the boss? You or your mobile? So remember that. Your opportunity to answer. Leave it here.